Bernie and Sid in the morning.
Bernard McGurk and Sid Rosenberg.
Sleep with one eye open.
Life, sports, politics,
Stay woke.
mischief.
Oi!
Live, local, on it. 77 WABC.
Back here on the Bernie and Sid in the Morning Show, man, this guy has really it's an unbelievable story. Between 1993 and 2007, he distinguished himself as one of the greatest defensive players in the history of the National Football League with my Giants, of course, had amazing 2001 season, led the league in sacks twice, won a Super Bowl in 2007. And all that seems to pale in comparison now to what he's doing on daytime television. A star on Good Morning America, a star on Strahan and Sarah, 1 o'clock every afternoon. And now the $100,000 pyramid, Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. He's everywhere because he's great. The great number 92, Michael Strahan. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, you guys. I'm everywhere except for home. Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome. Hey, let's get to the pyramid here, Mike. You know, last Sunday night, I should say, was perfect for you because you had George Stephanopoulos, your teammate on Good Morning America, interviewing the president, which was a perfect lead-in to your game show. And then you've got 4 big-time guests on that show. You had Elliott talking to Curry. You had you had Penn playing with Ricci. All this leading up to 2 of my favorites, Hannigan and Joel McHale, next week. So the whole celebrity pyramid, it's great. It's a fun show.
You know, it's a fun show. It's fun to be the host because I play the game along with the contestants and everybody else. I don't know the words. So to watch people get creative to come up with the words that they need their partner to say is hilarious, first of all. Secondly, there's a lot of money on the line. And everyone who comes and plays absolutely loves the show, and it's a great show to play along with at home. And I watch it every Sunday, obviously, and I'm surprised. I'm like, I was there, and I don't remember that. I was there, and that's twice as funny as I thought it was when I watched it back on TV. But it's a great show. People tend to win life-changing types of money. But most of all, it's just great entertainment.
It is a lot of fun. You had Tisha Campbell-Martin, who was fantastic. You had Randall Park, Kevin Pollak, Niecy Nash. Who else is coming up on the $100,000 pyramid in the future?
I mean, we have Anthony Anderson, Lala Anthony. We have Bobby Burke and Karamo Brown from Queer Eye. Jay Farrow from SNL, Jeffrey Ross, comedian Rosalind Sanchez, Ross Matthews, Leslie Jones, Pete Holmes, another comedian, Cheryl Hines, we all know from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Sure.
So we have a great list. And then, one of my favorites, which was so funny, was Rob Gronkowski. He played against Julian Edelman. That's going to be a funny one. And we even had Rich Eisen on.
Nice.
So Rich was a great player. But we've been very fortunate to have very great guests. A lot of them have been repeat guests. A lot of them are first timers. But it's always the same response after the games is that they want to come back, and that's just a testament to how great the game of pyramid is. And you can have Caveman could host the show; it'd be great because it's just something I think that it's like a perfectly sculpted game show where you put celebrities with contestants and you let them just have fun together, and hopefully somebody walks away with a lot of money.
Here it is. It's season 4, by the way. Episode 2 was last Sunday night. So next week, when again, I mentioned it earlier, I love this duo of Joel McHale and Allison Hannigan coming up next week on the 23rd. That will be episode 3, season number 4. So it's already off to a terrific start. I wonder, Mike, was this, did they come to you and say, what was your favorite game show? Because they brought back a bunch of the old game shows, Match Play, a few others. Alec Baldwin actually hosts one. Did they go to you and ask you if you want to do this game show in particular?
Yeah, they came to me and they said, you know what, we have a $100,000 pyramid. Love the show with Dick Clark hosting it. And they said, well, we have a $100,000 pyramid. We want you to host it. And at first I was like, okay, that's cool to be able to host the show, but I want to do more than just host it. I want to have some say in it and how we revamp it. And so I'm executive producer on the show along with my partner, Constance Swartz and Vin Rubino.
Nice.
And Vin also directs the show for us. And it's been great because what we didn't want to do, we didn't want to change the game. The game didn't need to be changed much from when Dick Clark did it, because it was successful then. I think at some point you can try to change a good thing too much and it loses the essence or the soul of what it was. So we just went back a lot of ways to what the typical or what the original game was. And even when the answers and all those pylons, they get turned around, all the pylons get turned, we actually have 2 guys back there who actually turn those. Because there's something about watching something mechanical and the sound of it that takes you back to the original game, and that was important for us. So to be an executive producer on the show when they came to me and they said, of course, we want you to be more involved, I loved it. I jumped at the opportunity.
Very interesting, Michael Strahan, from a $100,000 pyramid. Michael, listen, you got a couple of Emmys in your back pocket. You got a Super Bowl ring. Which do you find more enjoyable, or did you find more enjoyable, being a star football athlete or now being the hardest working man in show business?
Well, at times I struggle to wonder which one was harder. There are days I'm like, oh, boy, I think football is easier than this. But I've been very fortunate to love them both, man. I mean, I don't have a bad situation where I can look and go, oh, I hate this or I hate that. I go to work every day and I'm able to laugh and smile and just talk for a living. Football was tough because you're sore, you're beat up, and I think physically that was much more of a grind on me. But mentally, TV is more, maybe a little bit tougher in some ways. But I enjoy them both. As long as everybody out there continues to enjoy watching me, I'll continue to do it. And when they don't, no hard feelings, I'll step off your TV screen.
Well, Michael Strahan, there he is. Good morning, America. Strahan and Sarah, $100,000 pyramid. And, of course, during the football season, does a great job on Fox 2 here locally on Channel 5. And, I wonder about that, Mike. You're doing all this stuff on ABC here locally, those 3 shows. You're still doing the football stuff on Sunday, which requires you to go coast to coast, California to New York. So if one had to go, just because of the damn travel, you got to think that maybe football on Fox would be the first one out the door, no?
No, absolutely not. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. I love the guys. I mean, that's just like not wanting to hang out with your boys.
Yeah.
That's not going anywhere. Right now, nothing's going anywhere. I'll hang and do all these things as long as I had the energy to do them. And right now, I feel pretty good. But Fox, my heart is there. That's why I started. It's a fun show. You're able to go and just have fun on a Sunday, and I never get there on a 5:30 on a Sunday morning and think, boy, I'd rather be somewhere else. I absolutely love the show and love the guys, man. So right now, nothing is gone. But if push came to shove, I'd have to figure something out.
You got Terry Bradshaw, Steve Harvey, and Alex Trebek looking over their shoulders, my friend. You're doing it all. Hey, look, you also, Michael Strahan, you come from very humble beginnings. You were, I guess you can call yourself an Army brat. Your father was a soldier. You grew up part-time in Germany. You have a great attitude. You come off as the nicest guy on TV. Is all that just an act?
No, I am what I am. I think the greatest thing about my job is that I get to go to work and I don't have to act like I'm nice or act like I'm a certain way. I am what I am. And, when I was an athlete and I was getting interviewed in the locker rooms all the time, but I wasn't always an easy interview. But to be honest with you, a lot of that was by design. I figured, you know what? Make it hard on me sometimes with the bad stuff. Let me make it a little hard on you with these interviews.
Damn right.
So it was more payback than it was anything else. But no, I get to be myself, man. And if I had to do this many jobs and act like somebody else, then there's no way. Something would have to give because I couldn't be that fake.
Well, I'll tell you this, Michael. I look back at your career. I remember your days very vividly with the Giants. You and I spoke many, many, many times. And, you had a rough go. You had some rough go. You had some personal stuff going on. The football stuff was starting to beat you up a little bit. And when you look at where you are now, again, with Good Morning America, Strahan and Sarah, $100,000 pyramid, and the Fox show, when they write stories, I'm being honest about this, when they write stories about guys who rebound and guys that actually become bigger than ever, your story right now is really inspirational because I remember 92 when things weren't going so well for you, and where you are today, that is a testament to your hard work.
Well, thank you. And you know what? You're right. I think that's what everybody, most people look and go, oh, we see them on TV, we see them doing all these things. They remember the Super Bowl. Yep. And they go, oh, yeah, it has a storied career. But it wasn't always that way. I mean, there were some times early in my career where I wasn't playing as great as I was hoping to play. We weren't having the wins that I was hoping that we were going to have a win as a team. And to be able to turn all that around and get divorced here in New York City and being on the front cover of the paper talking about how bad of a husband.
I got you. You were on page 6 like every day, Mike. Every day.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I'm not even talking to anybody. I'm just minding my own business. But when you're going through that, but you guys know when you're going through that situation, a lot of people have feelings and they want to, express them, and it depends on how you want to express them. For me, I just chose to keep myself quiet and let everyone else If you want to talk, you can talk. And if someone wanted to believe that those things they were reading was who I was as a person, then you know what? That's on them. If somebody has a problem with you, what do they say? That's their problem.
Right.
So I just approached it like that. I never let it get me down, and I realized that the greatest thing that you can, if somebody wants to get back at you and say great things, bad things about you, the best revenge is success.
No doubt. Well said. Michael Strahan, you're one of the hardest working guys, as I mentioned before. You're a great looking guy. How important is it to you, as a former athlete especially, to keep it all tight with like a daily workout or something like that? You have time to get that in there?
Every day, man. I work out.
You got to do it.
5 to 6 days a week, and the people who work with me, they think I'm crazy because we'll have the longest day, and they say, "What are you doing?" Now I'm like, "I'm going to the gym." And they think I'm nuts, but there's a reason. I mean, I think psychologically it's good for me, and physically, of course, it's good for me. But I love working out. I don't want to look like the football player that looked like he gave up when he retired.
I love it, man.
Well, the good news is you don't.
We all know quite a few.
Yeah, we do.
I don't want to be that guy.
No, you look great, and there are women all across the country that love watching you every single day. So keep up the good work. Again, $100,000 pyramid here on Channel 7 locally at 9 o'clock on Sunday nights. Catch Michael every weekday morning on Good Morning America, 1 o'clock every weekday afternoon on Strahan and Sarah, and then, of course, on Channel 5 during football season on Sunday mornings. All right, that'll do it for Mike. Thank you, number 92. More of Bernie and Sid right after these words.
Bernie and Sid in the morning.
Talk Radio.
77 WABC.